Good afternoon, everyone. Ms. Boulay, Ms. Federico, can you confirm that you're both ready?
I'm ready.
Same here.
Thank you. I'm now calling proceeding number 24C-0167-INS. This is the Commission's bi-weekly insurance show cause proceeding set by notices and complaints to individual respondents. Today is April 24th, 2024. It is now approximately, or maybe exactly, 12 p.m. My name is Aviv Segev, and I'm the administrative law judge assigned to this proceeding. I'm reminding staff that it's the commission's practice to record these hearings, and that both the audio and video feeds of this hearing are being webcasted. Let's start with entry of appearance. Ms. Hayden.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jennifer Hayden on behalf of staff. With me is Marquita Riley.
Thank you very much. Are you ready to present your evidence, Ms. Hayden?
Yes, Your Honor. There are a couple preliminary matters, just as a heads up, as there is a list of dismissals today.
Okay.
And Ms. Riley will testify to the same.
Okay, so let's just, since we don't have any respondents, let's just get to those when and if Ms. Riley gets to those. Other than the dismissals, anything else?
No, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Riley, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may proceed, Ms. Hayden.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
Marquita Riley, Marquita
Who is your current employer?
The Public Utilities Commission.
And what is your job title?
I'm the program assistant for the transportation unit.
And what is your role in these proceedings?
I review the commission records and coordinate with staff for these proceedings against motor carriers that do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
And do the commission statutes and the rules require motor carriers to file evidence of financial responsibility with the commission?
Yes.
Can you tell us which statutes or rules require motor carriers to have evidence of financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008 requires that motor carriers file and maintain evidence of financial responsibility with the commission.
What needs to be provided to the commission to show financial responsibility?
Per Rule 6008 requires motor carriers to file certain forms, such as a Form E, as evidence of financial responsibility.
How long does this evidence of financial responsibility remain in effect?
Per Rule 6008 requires that each insurance company give the commission a 30-day advance written notice when insurance is not being renewed or if it's being canceled.
And what is the next step when one receives the notification of cancellation or non-renewal?
We use the Uprights Commission database to compile a list of motor carriers that the commission received notice of cancellation with the insurance.
Can we please pull up Exhibit 1? Ms. Riley, while we're doing that, were the exhibits for today's hearing provided to the respondents?
Yes, they were.
Can you look at what has previously been marked as Hearing Exhibit 1 and describe this document?
This is the initial hearing cycle listing that contains the names of motor carriers received notice that their financial responsibility was going to expire.
Who prepared this list?
Commission staff.
And how is it prepared?
We use the commission's Uprights database to compile the list.
And when did staff prepare this list?
On April 5th, 2024.
And can you describe where the date appears here on Exhibit 1?
Yes, it's on the bottom right corner.
Does the commission create a hearing cycle listing like the one we see in Exhibit 1 as part of the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
And is it the practice of the commission to maintain documents like Exhibit 1 as part of its business record in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 1.
Hearing Exhibit 1 is admitted.
And based on this list, Ms. Riley, what action did the commission take?
The commission then sent a letter to each respondent.
If we could please pull down Exhibit 1. I'd like to turn your attention to what has been marked as hearing Exhibit 2. Thank you. Ms. Riley, what are these documents?
These are copies of the letters sent to each respondent on today's updated list.
And what does the information in the letters tell the respondents?
The letter explains that all operations under its authority may be suspended as of the date the insurance expires, unless proof of proper insurance is submitted to the commission. It also provides notice of today's hearing and advises the respondents that if proper evidence of financial responsibility is not submitted to the commission, then its authority may be permanently revoked.
Thank you. If we could please scroll through these 18 pages of Exhibit 2. And while we're doing that, Ms. Riley, when did the commission send these letters?
The letters were sent on April 5th, 2024.
And is it the practice of the commission to create letters like these in the regular course of its business activity?
Yes.
And is it the practice of the commission to maintain letters like Exhibit 2 as part of its records in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff would move to admit Exhibit 2 into evidence.
Judge, you're muted.
Thank you, Tracy. Let's just wait until the entire document is scroll through and then admit it. Hearing Exhibit 2 is admitted.
Does the commission require motor carriers to establish and maintain a designated agent?
Yes, per Rule 6006 requires motor carriers establish and maintain a designated agent.
Were these notice letters sent to the addresses of the designated agents provided to the commission?
Yes.
And how did the commission serve these letters?
The letters were served through first-class postal mail.
Thank you. If we could pull down Exhibit 2 and take a look at hearing Exhibit 3. Ms. Riley, I'd like to turn to what has previously been marked as hearing Exhibit 3. If you would please describe this document.
This is the attachment sent with the notice letters. The attachment explains or gives all the information on how to participate in today's video conference hearing.
When was this attachment sent to the respondents?
The attachment was sent with each notice letter in Exhibit 2 on April 5th, 2024.
And is it the commission's standard practice to include this attachment with the notification letters to the respondents when it holds an electronic hearing?
Yes.
And did the commission create this attachment in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain attachments like Exhibit 3 in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit hearing Exhibit 3.
Let's quickly scroll through each of the pages, if we could, please, quickly. Hearing Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Thank you. Ms. Riley, now let's talk about what has previously been marked as hearing Exhibit 4. If we could please take a look at hearing Exhibit 4. Ms. Riley, can you please describe this document?
Yes, this is the certificate of service for the notice letters and attachments sent to each respondent.
Did the commission create this certificate in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Is it the practice of the commission to maintain certificates like this in the regular course of its business?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves to admit Exhibit 4.
Hearing Exhibit 4 is admitted.
The language on the certificate states, whose name and addresses appear below, and below that it states, see hearing cycle listing. Are these statements referring to the original hearing cycle listing in Exhibit 1?
Yes.
If we could take Exhibit 4 down and return to hearing Exhibit 2, which is the notice letter. The letter informs the respondent about what happens if it can provide evidence of insurance or surety coverage before the hearing. If the commission receives evidence of insurance or surety coverage, what happens?
Then we will not proceed against that carrier and dismiss them from the hearing cycle listing.
And did staff create an updated hearing cycle listing for today's hearing?
Yes.
If we could please take a look at the updated hearing cycle Exhibit 5. Let's look at what has previously been marked as hearing Exhibit 5. Ms. Riley, please describe this document.
This is the updated hearing cycle listing for today's date. It contains the names of the respondents that we still do not have current effective levels of financial responsibility on file with the commission.
And did staff create this list the same way as you described for hearing Exhibit 1?
Yes.
Who created this document?
Commission staff
When was it created?
on April 22nd, 2024.
And did the commission create this hearing cycle listing in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
And is it the practice of the commission to maintain the updated hearing cycle listing in Exhibit 5 as part of its records in the regular course of its business activities?
Yes.
Your Honor, staff moves for the admission of hearing Exhibit 5. And if we could please scroll through these 3 pages.
Hearing Exhibit 5 is admitted.
Did staff send a letter to all motor carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
Yes.
And do the addresses listed in hearing Exhibit 5 match the carriers' addresses in hearing Exhibit 2?
Yes.
When is the last time you checked to see if there was any change in the status of the carriers in Exhibit 5?
This morning, April 24th, 2024.
And are you aware of any pending applications affecting a common and contract carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
We don't have any pending applications right now.
Does staff recommend dismissing any carriers listed in hearing Exhibit 5?
Yes, we do. We actually have quite a list today. We do have a minus, ANIMAS Transportation LLC, PUC number LL02679. We have On Time Recovery and Towing LLC, PUC number T-04035. Big Mama's Towing and Recovery LLC, T-05322. Moose Knuckle Towing and Recovery LLC, PUC number T-05559. Commander Towing LLC, DBA Busy Bee Towing, PUC number T-04623. And Local Moving LLC, PUC HHG-00426. Insurance has been updated for all of those respondents.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. So staff is recommending dismissing those carriers, is that correct?
That is correct.
Are you aware of any letters returned to the commission?
Yes, we did have one for Move Relocation LLC. That letter was remailed out to another address that the commission had on file. And they're still on the list.
Okay. And so you did attempt to notice the carrier in another manner?
That is correct.
Okay. Ms. Riley, when does the decision made after this hearing become a final commission decision?
The recommended decision will become a final commission order decision 20 days after the administrative law judge issues the decision if no exceptions are being filed.
And what happens if a carrier provides proof of insurance before the decision becomes a final order of the commission?
Then the recommended decision will not be enforced against that respondent.
And what is staff's recommendation today?
Staff recommends that the certificate and/or permit numbers listed on here in Exhibit 5 be revoked for lack of financial responsibility as required by law, except for a minus Transportation LLC, On Time Recovery Towing LLC, Big Mama Towing and Recovery LLC, Moose Knuckle Towing and Recovery LLC, Commander Towing LLC, doing business as Busy Bee Towing, and Local Moving LLC.
Thank you, Ms. Riley. I have nothing further for this witness, Your Honor.
Neither do I. So, does that conclude your case, your presentation of your case, Ms. Hayden?
Yes, Your Honor, that does conclude the presentation of the case. Staff rests.
Thank you. Ms. Riley, you are excused. Thank you very much for your testimony. Thank you for your presentation, Ms. Hayden. I will take this matter under advisement and issue a written recommended decision. And if unless Ms. Hayden, unless you have any questions, we will be adjourned.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, so we are adjourned. Thanks so much.